Hey guys, and welcome to the third complete retouch, section 4. In this section we're going to be taking care of eyes and a couple other details, facial features like the nose and the mouth. Alright, let's go ahead and create a new group and a new layer inside of there. And you know what, I just saw this right here, so we're going to go ahead and take care of this real quick using the Spot Healing Brush tool. Alright, there we go, just paint right over that. Okay, now here inside of the eye, we're going to get rid of all these little, all these little details and eye vessels, blood vessels. So we're going to use our Spot Healing Brush tool. Let's make sure mode is set to normal, content aware, and sample all layers. Alright, and then I'm basically just going to paint right over top of these until they go away. Alright, looking good. And if it does anything that you don't like, if it kind of looks weird after you're done painting, whatever, just hit the undo button. Try it again. Like that. It doesn't really look a lot right. You can hit undo, or you can just erase it. Either way will totally work. Alright, and if that still doesn't work, try grabbing the phone stamp tool instead. Alright, we're going to use the brush tool now to kind of sample this area and paint it. I'm just trying to smoothen out the eyeball just a bit. Alright. Cool. Looking good. Okay, now it's time to go in here and enhance the eyes. So we're going to grab an adjustment layer. First we're going to brighten the center of the eyes. I'm just going to click right here. We'll drag all the way up, just like that. Now we're going to hit Control or Command I to invert this. And then with my brush, I'm going to create little areas that look like the actual iris details in our subject. So I'm just painting white on my layer mask right now. That's what's giving me these effects here. Alright, so that curves adjustment layer is just making those areas brighter. Looking good. Now let's go ahead and add a blur to those areas, giving it a little bit more randomness. We don't want this to look like it was done in Photoshop. We want it to look like those were there originally. And now, yeah, they do. That doesn't look like Photoshop to me. Alright, now if we want to add one more detail in here, which I think will be fun, let's just go to our color balance adjustment layer. We'll go to highlights and then pop some reds and some yellows and like really see if we can get a lot of color. I'm going to hit Control or Command I, which is going to invert our layer mask, and then just in like a couple little areas, it's going to really like see about pumping that color up. Alright, we'll go ahead and give that the same amount of blur as the before. Alright, that looks good. Let's just lower our opacity here just a little bit. And I'm going to make this invisible just a little bit there. Alright. Cool. Already looking really nice. Now let's go ahead and do some dodging and burning. We're going to create a new layer, and I'm going to change my brush mode from normal down to overlay. Now overlay works as well as soft light whenever you're dodging and burning. Overlay is just going to be a little bit more of an effect. Okay, now with this I'm basically just going to paint black around the areas that I want to be a little bit darker, and in this case you generally want right around the eyes to be a little bit dark. There we go. So we're just going to enhance that area, just making it a little bit darker. Alright, it's going to show up as like more contrast in the actual eye. Alright, and we'll make the insides a little bit brighter. So I've got my left hand on the X key on my keyboard. And basically, that's just allowing me to switch between my foreground and background color really quickly. And in this case, my background color is white and my foreground is black. So if I hit X, it switches back and forth between those two. Alright, which allows me to very easily go from dodging to burning. Alright, let's go ahead and paint some white here. Come up in this direction here. Alright, now we'll paint with black right here where the eyelash is. Beautiful, that's looking good. Alright, let's do the other one. Paint white over here, kind of come all the way up this little crease hood thing. And paint black here in this area, just kind of darken that down a little bit. Alright, and let's go ahead and bring this on under this lid. We'll lighten this up a little bit. Alright, and then we'll darken these. Now her eyelashes look great. I think we could add a few more eyelashes. I think it's going to help separate her eyes out even better. Alright. Okay, let's go ahead and create some eyelashes. So I'm going to create a new layer, and this is again with my brush tool. We're just going to paint black. I'm going to choose a hard brush. We're going to right click and choose a hardness right around 60%, and then our brush size we just want it to be nice and small. And my job here is basically just paint black alright, and go in the direction. Let's bring our hardness up even more. Go in the direction of our hair. So I'm just kind of following along here. Alright, those don't look that real, so if we undo and just do it again to create ones that look more real. We just want to make sure they have tapered ends. Now I'm using my pressure sensitive tablet here. I have a Wacom Intuos Pro small tablet, and this really helps. The pressure sensitivity takes care of a lot of the tapered ends for me. Now if you don't have that, if you're just using a mouse, you can try erasing the ends, and that's going to help them look more tapered. Alright. Cool. Now I'm going to grab the eraser tool and just erase these away slightly so they're not so in your face. Especially those, because they didn't look real. Alright, with eyelashes and things like that, this is a good time to take your time and make them, make them look real. Because if you do it right, they can really make a huge impact on your image. If you do them wrong, they can look really just bad. Alright, but they're not hard. Basically, you're just painting like little squiggles. Alright. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with her eyebrows. Alright, so we'll grab a brush, paint black, and I'm just kind of filling these in just a little bit over here. Beautiful. Okay, you can see I'm just painting, I'm just doing this, really. Just painting little lines, and that's what becomes hair. Alright, there's the before and the after with that. Looking really nice. Alright, let's go ahead and zoom in here, see about any details. I'm going to take care of this little stuff here, these little hairs that are going on in the nose. For this, I'm just going to sample this dark color with my brush tool, and we're just going to paint right over top of these little hairs here. Okay, next we're going to sample this dark color here, and we're going to paint right over top of those hairs. Great. Now her mouth, let's go ahead, I'm going to create a new layer, and we're going to go ahead and just sample the color here on her teeth, and we're going to close the gap between her teeth just with the paintbrush tool. Nice. Good job. Alright, let's sample some colors here and work on cleaning her lips up just a little bit. Get them a little bit smoother. Now there's not a ton of like texture here, so I'm not so concerned about adding texture back over top. All right. Beautiful. Alright, now she has this little thing right under her lip, but we're actually going to wind up leaving that because I think it's a nice defining feature. Alright, there we go. Let's go ahead and lighten that up just a little bit. And see about removing some of this over here too. I'm just using the spot healing brush tool for that. Alright, and now we're going to grab the brush tool and I'm going to paint this lighter color here. I had about 10% flow. Alright, and then we'll clone stamp over top of that for texture. Alright, looking good. Almost done, guys, with this area here. That really does not look good what I just did, didn't it? That happens sometimes. You can't be perfect every time. I've tried. Let's just erase the place where we don't like with the eraser tool. Yeah, there we go. That's looking a lot better. Alright, beautiful. Okay, so our eyes look great right now. Eyes, nose, and mouth. Let's just zoom in here again. Take a look at the before and after with this section. Here's the before and the after. Yeah, I think we're in a great place. I think we're in a great place. The eyes are really, really stunning. And there we go. Cool. So now that those are in place, guys, we're pretty much ready to start the finishing steps. Now, there are a few more things that like I could retouch if I wanted to, like, you know, if we wanted to take away like this little line here, I can go in here and do that, and take away this line. I'm using the spot healing brush tool right now, by the way. Alright, you know what? I actually do like that. There's really never like a stop with retouching. It's, you know, you can go in here and make things perfect. The goal is to make things not look like too perfect where they don't look that real. Alright, beautiful. Okay, let's go back through from the very beginning. Whoa, awesome before and after, right? From the very beginning, our first retouch group, we're doing liquefy as well as some blemish removal, getting rid of those little areas. Okay. Then we're going in and doing the frequency separation, which helps our skin smooth up quite a bit. Then we went in and cleaned up her hair quite a bit. You can see what a frizz mess it was before. And now we're going in and doing all the facial features. So once you're done all those steps, it's pretty much time to finish your image off. And that is what we bring in dodging and burning, and that's when we bring in our sharpening as well. So in our last section, we're going to be dodging and burning, and then we'll be done with our image. Alright guys, we'll see you in the next section.